The effect of the use of video applications versus text information on perceived clarity of informative messages by Rebecca Gorton, Taylor Berghuis, Noelle Massey, and Kathleen Martini. Hello, we are Group 7. Our study was on the effect of the use of video applications versus text information on perceived clarity of informative messages. The media richness theory deals with different mediums and their relation to effective communication through the medium's levels of message ambiguity and feedback possibilities, ability to display symbolic cues, ability to use natural language to represent thoughts and ideas, and the focus of the medium for personal use. Message complexity is defined as the amount of detail, density, and integration of information in a message. The richer the communication medium, the richer the information transmitted through that channel is. A lean medium refers to a medium's lack of limitation of the complexity of information that can be transmitted through the medium. This theory further proposes that tasks will be performed better when the medium used to convey the information matches the needs of the tasks to be completed.
For this study, we chose to examine the media richness theory in more detail. Therefore, we were able to assume that the richer the information being conveyed, the richer the medium must be. If task efficiency is a priority, rich information and a rich and lean medium is needed. For example, managers tend to use richer mediums for communicating with employees when there is a high need for task efficiency. Our group has specifically chosen to compare technology-mediated text information with video applications, such as YouTube, to review the media richness theory because of the drastic difference in nonverbal and verbal cue availability. Video applications have been shown to have a greater availability of these cues, making it a richer medium when compared to text information, such as an email or text message. Because of this prior research, our group proposes that the use of a rich medium will better support the richness of information transmitted in the study.
Prior information led us to develop this hypothesis with variables that we could analyze through media richness theory. Our hypothesis was that video applications increase perceived clarity when compared to technology-mediated text information. Our dependent variable was the perceived clarity of informative communication, and our independent variables were either A, video application to receive information, or B, the same information received through technology-mediated text information.
For our experiment, participants were recruited through a social networking site by sharing the Qualtrics link to our experiment on our group's Facebook pages. We also requested student peers enrolled in communication inquiry at Western Michigan University to participate in our experiment, which was a between subjects design study. Those who clicked on the link that we provided were directed to a Qualtrics questionnaire, where they were randomly assigned to receive a message either through a video application or as a technology-mediated body of text that was displayed on their monitor. The message remained the same in both viewing conditions. After the message was viewed, participants were asked to self-report on the perceived clarity of the message by answering 10 statements using a 5-point Likert scale, with 5 being strongly agree and 1 being strongly disagree.
Here's the informative video we chose to show participants who were given the video application condition.
Tattoos. A lot of hard work goes into caring for a tattoo once you get one. The first thing you want to consider before getting a tattoo is what time of year is best to get it done. The 2 best seasons to get a tattoo would be fall and winter, between the months of September and March. This is because during these months, you're less exposed to sunlight, and therefore the tattoo can heal more properly this way. Secondly, after you do get the tattoo done, you want to make sure to keep the bandage on for at least 4 hours. It's best to keep the bandage on for about 24 hours, just to make sure it has properly healed completely. However, if you're eager to see what the tattoo looks like, you can take the bandage off after about 4 hours. Just try to avoid to scratch the tattoo, because this could ruin it since it's so delicate. When you're cleaning the tattoo, you want to use either A&D ointment or bacitracin. Put a little bit on your finger and gently rub it into the tattoo. When you're in the shower, you want to use lukewarm water and clean it with your hands rather than a sponge or a loofah, because again, it's sensitive and you don't want to ruin the tattoo this way. Coming out of the shower, you want to let it air dry and make sure not to clean it with a towel. Last August, I got a tattoo on the side of my rib that says Family Forever in Italian. So therefore, these are the steps I know in order to clean the tattoo properly and make sure that it heals properly. Remember one thing, tattoos aren't temporary. Therefore, you have to make sure you carefully consider the consequences before you decide to get these tattoos done or this tattoo done. So just remember the steps to cleaning a tattoo, and remember that you could get one this way.
Here is the body of text that we chose to show to participants who were given the technology-mediated text information condition. This is how the transcription of the video appeared to our participants.
This is the self-report that we used for participants to gauge their experience of their given condition. We appropriated the Teacher Clarity short inventory that was developed by Chesborough and McCroskey for our study. We replaced the word teacher in the statements to say message. This allowed us to evaluate the clarity of the message that was perceived by participants.
To test our hypothesis that video applications will increase the perceived clarity of message information when compared to technology-mediated text information, we conducted an independent samples t-test. Our results indicated that the video applications significantly increased the perceived clarity of a message, mean equaling 4.30 and a standard deviation equaling 0.52, compared to technology-mediated text information, mean equaling 3.72 and a standard deviation equaling 0.80. Independent samples t-test output of 62 equals 2.71 with a p-value of 0.005. Thus, our hypothesis was supported by our findings.
Data results suggest that perceived clarity of an informative message is higher when the message is received through a video application in comparison to a technology-mediated body of text. Limitations of the study included time restraints, a limited population, and limited retrievable data due to the nature of the study. We think that our findings could be applied to any type of informative communication that seeks to improve clarity.
Implications of the study can apply to a range of fields. Online teaching could become more effective by changing the way instructors present information. Business and healthcare organizations could use this information based on the fact that an informative message delivered through a video application is perceived more clearly than receiving the message from a technology-mediated body of text. In order to get quality information across, our study suggests that video applications would be preferred by intended audiences when trying to send the most clear informative messages. Healthcare providers would be more inclined to present informative messages using video applications.
Future research that we brainstormed includes further theoretical analysis and possible reevaluation to reinforce our study's reliability and validity.
Media richness theory could be applied more explicitly to this study in examining the relationship between perceived clarity and the leanness, richness of a medium. Future research could include further focus on the impact of video applications for educators, healthcare providers, businesses, and social networks. If given the chance, the study could also be retested to confirm reliability and validity. Further research and improved technological resources could allow for applying our hypothesis to the use of real-time video applications.
Future research could lead to a better understanding of how to evaluate the clarity of mediums of information communication.
Thank you for watching. We hope you found our presentation to be interesting and informative.